Okay, so who do you feel has been controlling the planet?
Up until this last part of the 20th century, it was the reptilians who completely controlled everything that our civilization, our religion, our political system, until the Illuminati decided to break away from certain factions.
And you were calling this control a positive thing?
No, of course not. No control is positive. Mind control is not positive. Any control that takes away free will is not positive.
Okay, but originally you talked about the Illuminati being at war with the Dracos, and you're saying the Dracos used to run the planet and that trying to take it back. And I mean, because where I'm just curious where you're seeing the positive side of the Draco race.
I'm not seeing any positive side of them.
Okay.
I can't see a positive. It's like saying, is there a positive side of the Nazis? You know, it's like it's asking me the same kind of question.
Okay, but
the factions. A lot of beings out there want to control this planet, not just them.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
So when you're saying you're saying the Illuminati are working. In other words, we would all join the Illuminati if they were actually going to break away from the Dracos, in my view. The trouble is, I don't think that's really going to happen. But what's your view of the sovereignty of this planet and where it should be heading, for example?
Well, that's the whole point of the work that I do. I think we should be in charge of ourselves without any outside influence or control. If we were to create the ability to take back our own minds and control our own experiences and remove the oppression or the victimization mentality that's pervasive on this planet, then all of this will not happen. Then we can remove all of these oppressors from our midst. That's what I would like to see. The Earth develop on its own with its own mind pattern and its own connections to the God mind within and develop independently instead of being attacked and controlled by every force out there that has its own agenda. That's what I would like to see.
Okay, well, that's very good to hear. What is your view of the stargates and the purpose behind the stargates on the planet?
Well, that's, again, a question that needs to be delineated because the original stargates that were put here a long time ago by alien civilizations were for the agenda of those civilizations. The stargates that have been built by the current powers on the Earth, the Illuminati, have an agenda of control from this point on the Earth to outside of the Earth. As far as a method of traveling, it's an excellent method of travel. However, if that travel is for the purpose of conquering and destroying, then it's not a good purpose.
Okay, but my understanding is that the various races that are here are also taking control, in other words, of various stargates, and that there is something of a war over those stargates, over the control of the stargates by various races. Are you aware of that?
Well, that's what I had mentioned earlier about the war going on under the ground, where there's actually human beings fighting internal or inner Earth beings for control of such devices. One of them, of course, the biggest location was under Baghdad, and that's one of the main reasons why the U.S. invaded Iraq in 2003. There are stargates everywhere, really, and many of them are created by our own technology. Anyone has the ability to transcend themselves at any point. You don't have to wait till 2012. You don't have to be in Sedona. You don't have to do any kind of magic. You have to open up your own mind and connect to the oversoul and God mind within you. Then you can ascend and do and be, as perfect as you can be. Unfortunately, I don't see many people on this planet doing such things. I see quite the opposite.
Sure.
The thing is, the bottom line is, we need to take control of ourselves, and it needs to start with each individual. And, again, I go back to the point, like, who cares who's out there and who wants what? They all are against, freedom. They all want to take away your rights. But you are allowing them to do that by the way you think and by giving up your energy. If you protect yourself and you deprogram yourself and you connect to the God mind within, then they cannot do that.
And what about the idea? What about the idea that there are some positive beings that may be, in essence, fighting on our side for our sovereignty? Do you believe in that at all?
I don't believe in that. First of all, if that was true, we wouldn't be in the circumstance we're in right now. Second of all, enlightened beings, if you will, or those who have good intentions, don't interfere, because they know that you're taking away the learning process of a civilization by interfering that way. So they allow each civilization to develop on their own, good and bad, until they come to a point where they have stabilized and know who and what they are. Then they communicate. But for beings to come and interfere, that's like someone banging on your door and saying, hey, I think there's trouble in your house. I'm here to fix it for you. Move out of the way. Would you let that person in? Absolutely not. Well, why would you let some alien being take over your mind and your body because they're here to so-called help you when you don't know what their agenda is?
For a contractor, Philco Ford, they've changed their name several times, and over the years, I worked in the photo lab, I worked in different areas of the company, on and off site. During the 70s, I don't know the exact date, but I walked into the photo lab, one of the restricted areas. I did have a secret clearance.